to see you. It's fun greeting you. Here we are. And we'll shine.
So welcome back, still live and active here
On Held Morning Live for HSTV. My name is Bright Nana Kwesi Amaning, and this morning here on In Focus, I will be talking to a representative from the Ghana Record Society, who is not a new person. He's a known face here on this show. But before that, let me say a very big happy birthday to a friend and a colleague, Jessica Asiudu. You're popularly known as Jessie. Jessica Asiudu, popularly known as Jessie. Charlie, it's your birthday today. Enjoy your day. And God bless you for being who you are. Yeah. So Jessica Asiudu, aka Jessie, it's your birthday today. Enjoy the day to the fullest. So let me say a very good morning to my guest here this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And welcome.
Thank you very much.
You know you owe me a kit, right?
Yes, I do.
I'd say it on TV. You'll give it to me. So today we're talking about a lot of issues concerning Red Cross, but focusing on fainting. And also, if you are an institute out there and you want to invite them to come to your outfit to help you educate your members about proper ways of having first aid in your institution, you are getting an opportunity to do that. So, but before we start talking, let's take a look at this very short video. And when we come back, we'll be talking about fainting here on Healthy Morning, here on In Focus with our Red Cross Society member here. Take a look at this. I'll be back.
Whenever I tell people that I volunteer with the Red Cross Society, they stare at me blankly. They ask, are you a medical student? Are you a pharmacist? Are you a nursing student? Yeah, we have these students with us, but then we have students from all other disciplines too. What does it mean to be a Red Cross volunteer? It means that whenever there is an armed conflict, we can be there to help. It means that we can offer our services to people who have been displaced from their homes because of conflict. So, how do you do this? We offer training to our volunteers and the general public to prepare them to deal with crises such as accidents, psychosocial issues, rape, etc. You are trained on the appropriate techniques to use in such situations so that you don't just stand there with nothing to do. And in the end, this increases the person's chances of survival. We are guided by principles such as impartiality, neutrality, and independence, and this ensures that color or race, political opinions or religious beliefs, gender or age doesn't stand in the way of another person's safety.
Like your brother, and treat me like your sister, and make me one of your own. Treat me like your sister, treat me like your brother, and treat me like your sister, please make me one of your own. Treat me like your sister,
So you are welcome back, and that is a short video from the Ghana Red Cross Society, and I've been joined in the studio by Dr. Asamoah, who's going to help me do the illustrations and the discussions and so on and so forth. But before that, let me say another birthday wish to Jessica Asiedu, popularly known as Jessie. Jessica Asiedu. She's a friend and a colleague. It's a birthday today. Enjoy your day to the fullest. And make sure, Charlie, you live life without any regrets. Jessica Asiedu, a.k.a. Jessie, happy birthday to you. Now, let me come back to the studio with Dr. Asamoah. Yes. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
And how did you see that video?
It was very nice.
Treat me like a sister.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, you see, we're talking about fainting.
Yes.
But before that, now I want us to talk about institutions who are looking forward to invite you to their premises for more education when it comes to Red Cross and first aid admission. Let's talk a bit about that. What do you make of that?
I think that, like we said last week, there's a need for individuals, organizations, and what have you to have first aiders in wherever they are. And I think Ghana law even mandate that every organization should have first aiders, so that in terms of any injury, in terms of any emergency, they'll be the first response before even ambulance arrive. So on that premises, we wish to invite every company who is ready now to have its members going through the training to come here, even this station, to register. And we are ready to have the training for them. It can be at their premises or the premise of Ghana Red Cross. Any of them, we are ready to do that.
So if you are an organization out there and you want your members to be trained when it comes to first aid and anything concerning health on a first hand, okay, they are opening their doors for you to actually have the opportunity to do that, right?
Yeah.
And so you can just come to HSTV, just walk in here to our studio, ask of Mr. Lord Daisechi or even myself, and we make sure we get your contact to them. And also, he's going to leave his contact behind in case you want to reach him straightforward. You can call those numbers and you'll get to them and speak to them. But let me try and give you a number to Mr. Lord Daisechi, and the one that you can actually get to when it comes to HSTV. Even before you get here, you can call him and speak to him on these numbers on 024 225 788 766. Let me take it again. 024 225 7866. The numbers again, 024 225 7866. That is the number to Mr. Lord Daisechi here in-house at HSTV. But in case you want to call him straightforward, can I give you out your numbers as well?
Okay. 024 301 6065.
Say it again.
024 301 6065.
So if you're asking questions as to why you even need to have your members trained and educated properly on first aid, okay, I'm going to let them have educators on that. Why do you think as institutions we even have to go through or be educated about first aid?
Good. The first aid, as we said, is the immediate response or the first help given to a casualty before taking the person to hospital. And we're saying that if should something happen to somebody, instantly, immediately, before even ambulance even arrive, ambulance has a 10 to 20 minutes time frame, depending on where it's coming from. Whoever is there should be able to resuscitate this person before taking the person to hospital. Let me give some scenarios why it is very, very important. I said May 9 disaster 2001, a lot of people perish, 126 people. They died just because of oxygen. People there didn't know what to do, and instantly they could have sustained these people immediately, but they didn't know. A very popular footballer, or it was a goalkeeper, Baba Yara, also got injury, got paralyzed, and died. And this is what happened to him. He was involved in an accident. People who got there didn't know what has happened. And the way they handled him, they sent him to a hospital. Meanwhile, at that time, that guy had a spinal cord injury, and that is how comes he died. We can count a lot of people who have perished because we couldn't handle them well. The recent one was just the late Kofi B. Kofi had a heart attack. Kofi had a heart-related problem. But when it happened, instantly, he didn't know what to do. We could teach Kofi to know or do something that would have prevented the death instantly. It may be a natural death, but then instantly we could have prevented this. Kwabena Jumos and Coase all died through heart attack. Kwabena died just while the wife was trying to reach out ambulance, not even in Ghana. They comes and see him almost gone because he had just few minutes to survive. Meanwhile, the wife could have helped Kwabena instantly to bring the heart back in CPR management. Going back not too long ago in Upper East, where we had a MPP chairman, somebody poured acid on him and he didn't survive. Here we also said the wife was there, he saw everything, but didn't know what to do. We're expecting the wife to have administered first aid instant to this gentleman. This man wouldn't have died if indeed the wife had knowledge in first aid.
So our wives, we need each to actually pay
Exactly.
attention to this particular discussion so it can save us when we are having heart attacks and all that. Now, interesting one there, interesting examples there. Even though they are sad ones, people wish we had not lost as at now. And I mean, may their soul rest in perfect peace. The legendary Kwabena Dumo, the legendary Kofi B, and everybody who actually lost their lives through cardiac arrest and heart attacks and all that. I mean, it could have been prevented if the right measures had been put in place, like he's saying. If maybe a person close to you knows the best thing to do, they stand a chance of letting you gain back your heartbeat instead of you losing your life. So, please and please again, first aid and Red Cross is not just about some 1 minute thing that you think you don't need. You really need it. You need to be educated properly on first-hand information when it comes to health. So, saying all this, are we paying anything if we're inviting you to our places?
Yeah, for organizations, says they pay, but for churches, schools, and this and no, they don't pay anything.
For institutions like what?
For institutions like HSTV, if you invite us to come and give your staff training, we will charge you something. Institutions like, they're all corporate institutions.
So like, so corporate institutions are actually supposed to pay something small.
Yes.
But the churches, the schools are supposed to pay
For
anything.
that free, yeah.
All right, thank you so much. They're good. So you can call these numbers, okay? Call them and make sure you have them come to your institution and also educate you on that. So we have the numbers on your screen: 02 42 357 866. Call these numbers and make sure that you get them actually. Thank you so much, sir. Now let's move on to our topic for today: fainting. Now, what is fainting?
Fainting is just a temporary condition as a result of one not having enough oxygen to the brain. It's a temporary condition when one is not having, proper put, oxygenated blood to the brain. You will faint. And you know, the brain said that it needs oxygen or oxygenated blood to survive. So anytime in a temporary something happens and it doesn't go, one go off immediately. But in organizations as it is, or in a corporate or homes, there are other people may be sitting in a very air-conditioned room, a good temperature, everything, but still they can faint. It tells us that there are other minor causes that can also lead to fainting. One is hunger. Yes, we say that when one starves himself or herself for that long, and you are the type of person that cannot fast for up to 12 o'clock, be careful. That hunger can lead you into fainting. Let's talk of fatigue, tiredness. Yes, tiredness can lead in that. That is why in army parade, sometimes you see the officers standing for that long, and they are tired, they don't know what to do, and maybe they go off. So as workers, once we are working, as much as we want to impress, we want to achieve the target. When you are tired, we still want you to rest because that can lead you into that. We may also even talk of good news or bad news. Good news. The news is so good, but still, if you don't carry it well, you go off. The news is very bad. That one is obvious. That if you don't manage it well, you go off. You see, the brain, as we see, also work like, let me use the word refrigerator. And when the voltage of the electricity is very high, you see what happened to the motor? It spoiled it. And when it's too low too, these are things that will. So if you are a human being, we expect that to prepare your mind, so that no news will be so bad for you, so that it takes you off. Or no news will be so bad that takes you off. It's very, very important. We may also talk of overcrowded environments. An environment that is so overcrowded that we don't have air in there. Be careful. because then it means that the oxygenated blood we are talking of may not also be there, and that can also lead into fainting. So wherever you are, make sure ventilation is good, make sure the atmosphere is good, and then you don't even have your brain even suffering. It's very, very important. We may also talk of stress. Stress. We want our workers, we want our mothers, we want our wives to manage their stress level as much as possible, because stress can lead into that. Where people think that he or she is the only person that's having problems on the world. No. Until you talk to your friend by you
don't know their problem yet.
I'm telling you,
what they're going through as
I'm
well.
telling you. So please, because of that, try to manage whatever resources, whatever salary, whatever you're given, manage it very well. And you manage it very well, I think that it's going to help you minimize your stress as much. Yes, some of them, I think, naturally, it's like you will not be able to pay your child's school fees. And people say minimize stress. You may be thinking of it naturally.
How do I minimize stress if I'm not having the means to my problems?
That is what I'm saying. But you see, that's what the problems we are talking of. Somebody's problem may be even worse than you. That's what we are saying. No matter what. So, because I have this problem, do I have to kill myself? Because I have this problem, do I have to sit for something to happen to me that I cannot even solve? That's why we say problems as a human being, we are bound to face problems every day. The way you solve it, it's what makes you a man or a woman. So let us try to manage our problems, manage our stress as much as we can. It's very, very important.
So manage any situation. Make sure, Charlie, you are not putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Make sure that whatever situation comes your way, you are able to deal with it. Heartbreaks, they can be, if you hear your husband cheating or your boyfriend or your girlfriend with somebody else, it could be a big problem. But as far as you psych yourself and you tell yourself that I'm unbreakable, I mean, it will stand a chance of you actually surviving. Now, if I'm going to faint, what are some of the signs to show me that, hey, you're going to faint? Yes.
For somebody you may not know, but you yourself, you first have some dizziness, and as if the world is turning, you feel that dizzy. It tells you that if you're not careful, you will faint. Also, difficulty in breathing. You realize that at this point you can't even breathe well. This is giving a clue that if you're not careful, you will faint. And sometimes you will see high body temperature, and it starts sweating at the forehead. Well, these three signs are enough to tell you that if you're not careful, you will faint. And when you see these signs yourself, what we want you to do is not to faint. What we want you to do.
How do I control myself not to faint?
Yes.
I'm already sliding. My body is tilting, and I tell him not to faint.
Yes.
How do
So
I?
What we expect you to do as a first aider is to get a place, sit down. When you sit, it can be a chair. Open your leg, as I have done here, and put your head in between. You open your leg.
I'm going to have him move a little bit away from the table and show us exactly how he's supposed to sit. But as he does that, let me tell you this quickly as they try to adjust him, because I want to see how you're going to open your legs and do all that. So I'm going to go a bit closer to your dummy so you can actually transform quickly whenever it's time for you to. Yeah. So don't forget that they are also giving you out there the opportunity to also call them for trainings if you want to learn how to have first-hand information when it comes to first aid. Call them, okay? The numbers are going to be on your screen. They are going to be on your screen very soon. Call these numbers, okay? Call them, and please, when you get them, make sure you make use of them. Don't just call them and prank them. You know that the ambulances services and the fast service, they get how many times pranks in a day? About 10,000, about 1,000 pranks in a day. Don't call and prank. Call them only when you are ready to have them come to your end to educate you properly on ways and means by which you can actually have first-hand information on first aid. So he's ready. Dr. Samuel is ready to give us illustration as to how you're supposed to sit when you feel like or when you realize you're about to faint. So Dr. Samuel, let me come back to you now that you are positioned better. Yeah. So how do I sit when I'm ready to, when I realize I'm ready to faint?
Yes. When you see this signs, as we said, what we expect you to do is to sit down, get a chair, and sit. When you sit, open your laps, as I've done, and then put your head in between.
Open your laps.
Yes, and put your head in between. As much as possible.
Okay. For how long do I do this?
The sense is that for how long depend on. We expect blood flow to the brain. And if you have enough, it brings back life, this dizziness and other things that you see immediately.
So let's do that one more time.
Good.
So let's close our legs again and open it again and see the range and how long we are supposed to do it. So your legs are closed.
Yes, any seat at all that you have, just open your legs and then try to put your head in between.
For how long? How many minutes?
That's what I'm saying. That until the dizziness has stopped.
Okay.
Until breathing has commenced very well for you, you can do that as much as you can.
Okay. All right.
It's very, very important. The essence, like I said, is that you have blood flow from this part to support the brain.
All right.
Situation where you cannot do that, because if you ask somebody who have a very big stomach, it's difficult for such person to do. If you have a pregnant woman to do this, it's difficult for her to do. And for that matter, what we are saying is a situation of that sort. We want to rather to lie down somewhere and then raise your legs on something.
How I wish we would get somebody to do the illustration for us. You get somebody with
yes,
a
we have a dummy here. Okay.
Yes.
Certainly. When
Somebody
you have
with
a big
belly, yeah.
you cannot. It's difficult for you to do. Breathing becomes very difficult for you at this point. But then, what we expect you to do is just lie down and put your leg on something. And once you raise your leg on something, we expect blood to flow from that leg to also support the brain.
Just like how you stop the breathing when somebody else person.
Yes, that's to raise the leg.
So you just wait a little bit.
So realize that when you
right.
raise it up, as we're going to do to this dummy, as I raise the leg this way, I'm encouraging blood flow to the brain. And this can save the casualty. You yourself, because you've seen the signs.
Now, you have the legs raised. Can we do that again? Yes. So you have the legs raised. Now, how long? Or is it the same situation with the bound of the head?
Yes. You see, realize that you're a first aider. You have seen the signs. And having seen the signs, realize that no, there may not be enough blood to my brain. So that may lie comfortably somewhere and raise my leg up on something. And this within short time, because blood is going to flow enough here, you recover immediately.
Okay. All right.
Immediately.
Now, this is really interesting. Now, I didn't even know that you could even prevent yourself from fainting.
You can.
This is really, these are some of the reasons why we really need you guys in our space, just to educate us on some of these things. Because I personally didn't even know that I have to open my legs and bow my head. All I know about was to just sit down quietly for some minute without doing anything, and I'll recover. But even as to how effective that is, it's another topic for another day. So as he said, sit down when you are standing and you experience yourself or realize you are feeling dizzy or can't even breathe properly. Sit down, have your legs open a little wider, and bow down your head and the upper part of your body in between your leg. Like let's do that. Let's do that again, please. So open your legs like this and bow the upper part of your body in between your legs. So you go down like this for as long as the dizziness remains, your head remains down. So until you gain back your breath and your dizziness actually dies, you keep on the same thing.
Yes.
And if you can't do this as a result of having pot belly or pregnant, you just lie down on your back and have your legs
On something.
on something.
Just above the heart.
All right.
Blood will flow. Yes. But this advice is that if indeed you feel this dizziness as a result of hunger because you've not eaten, be careful. Don't go and sit down and put your head, say that a doctor said we should do this. Try and get something to eat because you know the source of it. It's very, very important you do that. Yeah.
I like that. So if you know the source of your fainting or the source of your fainting signs,
Yes.
maybe you have not eaten almost the whole day, don't go and bow your head in between your leg. You might even choke. Find some banku or some. What are you supposed to eat first when you realize you are feeling dizzy as a result of not eating?
Anything light. Anything, because you've not eaten for that long, we don't want you to do heavy food in your stomach. It won't help you. You might have stomach pain, but anything light to start with, but not drinks and whatever, but anything.
So you can actually get yourself some smoothie, natural,
skin care, all these things, and yes, natural. You take it. Yeah.
Okay, but what if I don't have these things close to me? Can I drink water
Yes.
for the time being?
Yes, you can drink water.
Can just drink water for the time as you wait for the food to get ready.
Yeah.
So please, these are some of the things we're teaching you here. If you realize you are about to faint, and if your fainting is not as a result of hunger, do what you should. But if it's hunger, get some food, not heavy food, some light food. And when it happens that you don't have food close to you, drink water as you wait for the food to get ready. Now, let me come back to you. You are telling us about fainting and all that, and the causes and all that. Now, if I should faint, okay, and there's nobody around me, how dangerous is that?
If you faint and there's no one, we pray that you don't hit your head on the floor. Should that happen, you move from fainting to shock, because you may have bleeding all over. So that's where the danger is. But if you happen not to hit your head on any dangerous weapon, then it is okay for you to lie down as it is, and also depend on you fainted. So at this point, we want you to raise your leg yourself because you have idea as to what to do, and carry blood flow, and it goes. You have fainted. You thank God, there's no much harm on you. There's no pain knife. Just as you're lying down, raise your leg up to support yourself. That's what you can do to support yourself.
But if I see somebody fainting, and I get the person already fainted, do I practice or do I do CPR?
No, let's go. Assuming that the man lying down here has fainted and
Already.
walked in there already. What we expect you to do immediately is to open the airway for him. Because sometimes when they faint, if you are not careful, their tongue, as you see, may block the windpipe, making breathing difficult for them. So immediately want you to open the airway. And as I go down to open the airway, this is how it's supposed to be. You put one hand at the forehead, as I have done.
Okay.
And then this hand at the chin here, there's a bone.
You put one hand
Yes.
on
Here.
the forehead.
Yes.
And
then
the
this
other
one
hand?
at the chin here.
And
And
it's
tilt
tilted.
the head. Once the head is tilted, the airway is opened. That's
Okay.
the first thing. And then also immediately you've opened the airway, try and raise the legs as you did to yourself. So raise the legs for the person. Check that blood flow will support the brain. If the leg is heavy, just put it something under so that you have time. And then because also it may be as a result of lack of ventilation or air, we want you to lose all ties on the person. And the first aid, we say lose, don't remove. So lose all ties. If the person is in tie, lose it. In a shoe, that's where it is. Lose it. Anything, lose it for ventilation. If the place is not airy, if you don't have enough air, try and provide air as much as possible. And then this will not take more than 1 minute for the person to recover. And as you are carrying the person, don't manage this under a hot sun. It will also help. So try and carry the person to where there's a shade. And as you are transporting the person to where there's a shade, try and make sure the legs or the body is a bit higher. The body is higher than the head. The secret is that because the body is high, it's also providing blood to the brain. And this alone may bring back life into the person.
All right, now I want to ask you this. We see this in movies a lot. Somebody faints and they pour water on the person, sometimes even ice. Is that advisable?
Not at all. In first aid, pouring water on somebody is not encouraged. The fact of the matter is that as the person lying down, if I pour water on him, and unfortunately some passes through the airway, the nose, and go to the airway, it can get the airway blocked, and that alone can kill the person.
So you're not supposed to pour water on
At
anybody
all.
if
Number
somebody
two,
faints?
you see, how do you, as a layman, determine that he has even fainted and not shock? When one is in shock, you see the body temperature becomes cold. We haven't done with shock. And once the body temperature is cold, and you too pour water on such person, you create a problem for the person.
So do I then get the hot water?
No. Don't pour water. We say that pouring water means that that water may pass through the windpipe, block the windpipe, and kill the person.
Okay, so
Get
not,
it drunk.
not water at all.
At all.
Don't
So
pour
we
water
say
at
that
all.
manage it as we've done. Don't pour water. People even sometimes put such person close to a fire, put pepper in the fire, so that when they sneeze, it's a sign of recovery. We say no.
And that's also use spirit.
You see, so all these things we said no. In proper internationally accepted management, just open the airway for the person, raise the legs, lose all ties on the person, and within short time the person will recover.
But I've seen situations where people actually apply spirits on the nostrils of persons who had fainted, and they actually recovered.
Yes, it is. Sometimes when you use a wrong method to achieve it, you have achieved something. That is why there's the need for all of us to be here to educate ourselves. Using spirit and all these things, the end results, maybe in future, you may not know. So we are saying that don't use spirit, don't use water, nothing. Manage as we've done, and the person will recover.
Good morning to you. It's so nice to see you. It's fun reading you.